Sanders can't even catch a break. Look at this poor guy rolling out right, finds his target, finds Jerry Jeudy, lights him up, perfect pass. And Judy out of nowhere, like, he hops? What the fuck is he hopping for? This angle, he sees two defenders and he literally jumps in the air. What is that gonna do for you? Never seen anything like that. Is like jumping gonna like give you like super speed to run past them? Even worse, was he showboating and he just didn't see the defender, so he jumped up in the
The Cleveland Browns witnessed a moment that stunned the football world and shifted the entire conversation overnight. What unfolded was not just another miscue or routine mistake. It became the type of play that forces organizations, analysts, and fans to pause, reassess narratives, and question accountability. Jerry Jeudy did not simply drop a pass during Sunday night action. The moment unintentionally ignited one of the most controversial discussions of the NFL season, with consequences that may linger far beyond a single game.
Was displayed over the weekend when Shedeur Sanders went up to Las Vegas, got out of that city with the dub. At the conclusion of the game, we seen Kevin Stefanski hold the game ball in the air. And he pretty much said, well, you know what, Myles Garrett, this is for you. That is exactly what he did. Now, despite Shedeur Sanders being a rookie, despite Shedeur Sanders going up against all of the obstacles that he faced, because he damn sure faced a lot, Kevin Stefanski refused.
Cleveland held a 14-3 lead, momentum firmly on its side, and control of the pace. 1st and 10 at the Browns' 28-yard line, Shedeur Sanders executed a composed rollout to his right, displaying calm footwork and pocket awareness beyond his experience level. He scanned the field, avoided pressure, and delivered a flawless deep throw. The pass traveled cleanly into Raiders territory, landing directly in the hands of a wide-open Jerry Jeudy. It was the type of play designed to flip field position, energize a locker room, and elevate a young quarterback's credibility instantly.
This makes me very, very upset. Not the throw itself, but what happened after this.
Inside Raiders territory, fumble the ball!
And Jerry Jeudy, just get off my football team, man.
Oh my God.
What happened next defied expectations. Jeudy appeared to slow his stride as the ball approached. Instead of securing the catch and accelerating, his movement became hesitant. The ball touched his hands, appeared controlled for a split second, then slipped free and hit the turf. No defender disrupted the play. No weather factor interfered. No physical contact forced the drop. The simplicity of the opportunity only magnified the shock of the outcome. Almost immediately, the moment became one of the most dissected plays of the season.
Before I crash out, somebody explain this to me, right? Shedeur throw your long-headed at the ball. Why you want to play around with the ball and cause a fumble? Man, put a 30-yard dot in your hand. You start frolicking. You're a grown man. Everybody watching this man debut, you know it's this man debut. Why in the world are you playing around with the ball in your hand?
Social media platforms erupted into frame-by-frame analysis. Clips slowed to fractional speeds circulated widely. Viewers zoomed into Jeudy's footwork, hand placement, and body positioning. Many questioned why he appeared to decelerate before securing the pass. Others focused on the brief hop step that preceded the drop, a movement rarely seen in that situation. The visual oddity transformed a routine incompletion into a full-scale controversy. The timing only intensified the reaction. Sanders, a rookie stepping into a national spotlight, had been steadily building confidence and momentum.
Was sabotaging you. So you just want to start trouble, huh? No.
Drafted later than many projected, his performance had begun to silence critics questioning his readiness for the league. This throw represented a defining opportunity to cement that progress on a prime stage. Instead, attention shifted away from the quarterback's execution and toward the receiver's inexplicable error. Fans struggled to label the play as coincidence. Some framed it as a lapse in focus. Others described it as poor situational awareness. A louder segment questioned whether deeper issues existed, fueled by frustration with Jeudy's uneven season. Previous drops, missed opportunities, and inconsistent impact were suddenly revisited as part of a broader pattern. For many observers, this play symbolized ongoing concerns rather than an isolated mistake. Head coach Kevin Stefanski addressed the situation quickly, pushing back against claims of intentionality or lack of effort. He described the play as a breakdown in awareness, emphasizing that unseen defenders often arrive faster than expected. His comments aimed to cool speculation, but the response did little to quiet public debate. The footage told a story that many felt conflicted with official explanations. In the aftermath, the moment continued to dominate discussion. What should have been a highlight for an emerging quarterback became a lightning rod for frustration, doubt, and suspicion. One dropped pass reshaped narratives, redirected momentum, and placed a veteran receiver under an unforgiving spotlight. The fallout underscored how, in the NFL, a single second can redefine perception, trust, and expectations forever moving forward. He did not hesitate, did not question effort, and did not acknowledge how suspicious the moment appeared. Instead, the explanation centered on ball security fundamentals. The play was framed as a receiver attempting to set up a defender for a move, nothing more. The reaction treated the moment like a routine incompletion during practice, not a touchdown-level opportunity in a real game with momentum on the line. To many observers, the response felt less like calm leadership and more like deliberate protection, as if shielding a player executing a predetermined role. On the surface, that approach fits standard coaching behavior. Coaches often defend players publicly, emphasize technique, and avoid criticism that could fracture confidence. That part is normal. What unsettled the Browns' fan base was the context. This was not a rookie making a learning mistake or a contested catch gone wrong. This involved a veteran receiver expected to be a primary weapon, failing at the exact moment the rookie quarterback was delivering at a high level. The speed and firmness of the defense raised eyebrows and fueled speculation about deeper issues. Jerry Jeudy's season has been difficult to ignore. The production has been underwhelming, with 31 receptions, 356 yards, and 1 touchdown from a player once viewed as a cornerstone piece. Those numbers resemble a depth option, not a featured target. With talent never in question, attention naturally shifted toward focus, motivation, and alignment within the offense. When performance dips this sharply, fans begin searching for explanations beyond mechanics. Following the latest drop, supporters revisited every previous miscue. Drops, fumbles, moments of visible disengagement were compiled and re-examined. Patterns were debated. Earlier struggles were once attributed to quarterback inconsistency, but when plays were stacked side by side, something uncomfortable emerged. Targets from Shedeur Sanders to Jerry Jeudy frequently resulted in disruption, hesitation, or missed opportunity. Not every rep failed, but enough did to trigger serious concern. Public comments from Judy about building chemistry sounded professional, yet the timing added to the unease. Behind the scenes, speculation grew about tension within the locker room. That speculation intensified as fans scrutinized broader team decisions. Play calling choices, conservative punts, stalled drives, and questionable timing all entered the conversation. Individually, each decision could be justified. Collectively, they formed a narrative that something felt off. What began as frustration over a single dropped pass evolved into suspicion about operational direction. Some supporters compared the situation to scenarios usually reserved for league scandals, theories nobody wants attached to their franchise. Whether fair or not, those ideas spread because trust had been shaken. Reports of Judy snapping at reporters and allegedly confronting the coaching staff over quarterback handling only added weight. That detail suggested the tension was not imagined. It indicated pressure building internally, the kind that does not dissipate quietly. When frustration lingers, it eventually surfaces through mistakes, body language, or silence. The moment was no longer just about execution. It became a symbol of instability, misalignment, and uncertainty surrounding a team trying to redefine itself around a young quarterback. The tension now shadows every snap, decision, glance, sideline exchange. Loud, messy, and unpredictable energy defined the fallout. When the ball hit the turf, the reaction went far beyond a simple mistake. The moment felt like a release valve snapping, exposing tension that had been building for weeks. The play was interpreted as the eruption everyone sensed was inevitable, the instant when hidden pressure finally surfaced in plain sight. The organization moved quickly to regain control of the narrative. A statement followed, claiming a firm internal message had been delivered to Jerry Jeudy. The tone suggested discipline, accountability, and closure. That message failed to land. The response from the head coach did not reflect urgency or frustration. Instead, it sounded protective, almost cautious, as if guarding an asset rather than correcting a costly error. That disconnect made the official explanation feel hollow. The explanation softened everything. Accountability was redirected into technical language and abstract fundamentals. The public defense did not align with the idea of a strong internal reprimand. That inconsistency became the spark. Attention shifted away from the receiver and toward the coaching staff. The discussion changed from execution to intent. Questions emerged about whether the situation extended beyond one player and one mistake. Online analysis exploded. Every frame of the play was slowed, isolated, and compared. Analysts highlighted how much field remained available after the catch. Even without a touchdown, the play would have placed the offense deep in scoring position again. Instead, momentum vanished instantly. That timing intensified suspicion, especially as betting discussions and game totals entered the conversation. The questions multiplied, patterns were debated, performance fluctuations were examined alongside quarterback rotations. Silence from the organization only deepened uncertainty. No detailed clarification arrived. No firm rebuttal addressed why these breakdowns appeared clustered around specific moments. The absence of transparency allowed speculation to fill the vacuum. The narrative hardened into something darker. Claims surfaced suggesting internal resistance to change, protection of hierarchy, and discomfort with a shifting quarterback dynamic. More extreme voices floated theories involving outside influence and gambling interests. Whether grounded or not, those ideas spread because trust had eroded. Preparation decisions added fuel. Limited practice reps and uneven quarterback readiness raised concerns about fairness and planning. Analysts questioned whether contingency scenarios were being handled responsibly. The conversation moved away from playbooks and into governance. Calls grew louder for external review. Supporters demanded scrutiny of the full season, not isolated moments. The situation became symbolic of broader dysfunction rather than a single error. At the center stood a rookie quarterback navigating instability while trying to establish legitimacy. The final image lingered. After a road win, the game ball was publicly awarded elsewhere, bypassing the quarterback who led the effort. That gesture reignited outrage and reinforced perceptions of misalignment. The response intended to quiet controversy instead amplified it, raising alarms about accountability, transparency, integrity, trust, fairness, and oversight. A normal coach would have addressed the mistake directly and without hesitation. A normal coach would have made it clear that the quarterback, rookie or not, deserves maximum effort from every player on the field at all times. A normal coach would have publicly backed his quarterback, especially when that quarterback is fighting to prove he belongs in the NFL under intense pressure. A normal coach would have held a veteran to a higher standard instead of covering the situation with excuses. That did not happen here. The response moved in the opposite direction. Jerry Jeudy was defended as if the drop never occurred. Every detail was softened. The tone suggested everything was fine, even though the visual evidence showed otherwise. That reaction raised suspicion because it felt less like leadership and more like protection of something that should not be questioned. What remains now is a Browns locker room that appears unstable from the outside. A rookie quarterback continues grinding to establish credibility, while parts of the organization appear to be moving against that momentum. A veteran receiver continues producing more uncertainty than trust. A coaching staff now faces serious questions about credibility, transparency, and accountability. All of this stemmed from one controversial play and an even more controversial response afterward. The drop itself lasted seconds, but the fallout transformed it into an issue Cleveland can no longer ignore. Online reaction has not slowed. Frame-by-frame breakdowns continue circulating. Calls for league scrutiny grow louder because sometimes in sports a moment appears that simply does not align with logic, a moment that forces reconsideration of fairness and integrity within the game. Jerry Jeudy did not just drop a pass. That moment cracked open conversations the league has historically avoided. It exposed visible dysfunction inside Cleveland. It sparked doubt about motives, loyalty, and internal priorities. It forced uncomfortable consideration of whether something darker than miscommunication could exist within professional football. The discussion now extends beyond one receiver. It centers on trust. It questions whether what appears on the field matches reality behind the scenes. It questions whether a young quarterback like Shedeur Sanders is receiving a fair opportunity or being pulled into internal conflict he never created. This situation reflects everything fans fear about modern sports when performance, protection, and power collide. The dropped pass did not fade into game tape history. It became one of the most discussed moments Cleveland has seen in years, not because of mechanics, but because of implications. The debate no longer centers on whether the ball was dropped. That is clear. The heavier question now dominating discussion is whether the drop carried intent. Cleveland stands inside a storm that continues intensifying. A rookie quarterback fights forward. A veteran receiver remains under scrutiny. A coaching staff faces a spotlight far hotter than expected. This moment has become a test of belief in competitive integrity, organizational honesty, and professional accountability across the league.